As Halloween creeps around the corner, many turn to stories of ghosts, ghouls, and eerie creatures that send shivers down their spine. But in the Philippines, the tales go beyond the traditional ghost stories. They feature monsters that have been part of local folklore for centuries, filling the dark with fear and superstition. From the shape-shifting aswang to the haunting capri, these terrifying creatures will make your Halloween night more spine-chilling. Get ready to dive into a world of ancient horrors and unspeakable terrors. The aswang is, without a doubt, the most feared creature in Philippine folklore. Known for its ability to shape-shift, it can appear as an animal, often a dog or bird, or as a person during the day. But once the night falls, it turns into a terrifying beast, preying on humans, especially pregnant women. It sucks the blood of the unborn child and feasts on the flesh of its victims. The aswang's presence is often indicated by a ticking sound. The closer the sound, the farther the aswang is, tricking victims into a false sense of safety. According to local beliefs, garlic, salt, and religious symbols like the rosary are effective in warding off an aswang. There are even specific rituals to banish it from a village. By day they smile and blend with glee, but come the night, they'll feast on thee. A cousin to the aswang, the manananggal, is equally horrifying with an even more grotesque ability. By night it separates its upper body from its lower half, growing wings and flying off to hunt its prey. Its favorite targets? Pregnant women and their unborn children. It uses its long, thin tongue to suck the hearts out of its victims. The lower half of the manananggal remains rooted on the ground, waiting for its top half to return. People say sprinkling salt or garlic on the lower half will prevent the creature from reuniting with its body, leading to its death by sunrise. When the moon is high and shadows crawl, beware the beast that splits in thrall. The tiyanak is a vampiric creature that disguises itself as a helpless infant. It mimics the cries of a baby, luring unsuspecting people deeper into the woods or fields. Once someone approaches and picks up the baby, it reveals its true monstrous form and attacks, often tearing its victim apart or devouring them whole. Some believe that tiyanak is the spirit of an aborted or miscarried child, seeking vengeance against the living. With cries so sweet, it hides its bite, but hold it close and face the fright. Towering at an enormous height, and often cloaked in thick clouds of cigar smoke, the capri is a tree-dwelling giant that haunts the forests of the Philippines. Although less malevolent than other creatures, it loves to play tricks on humans, leading them astray or scaring them for fun. The capri can often be found sitting on top of large trees, smoking a giant cigar, and watching over anyone who dares to come near. Travelers who encounter the capri may feel confused, lose their way, or end up going in circles. A giant's watch with smoke so thick he'll make you lost and time will tick. Half man, half horse, the tikbalang is a frightening figure that roams the dense forests and mountain ranges. It is said to play tricks on travelers, causing them to lose their way. Tikbalangs are often described as having the head of a horse with the body of a man but unnaturally long limbs. If a traveler encounters a tikbalang, the only way to escape its tricks is to wear your clothes inside out, confusing the creature and allowing you to regain your bearings. Through woods so deep he makes you stray, with horse's grin you lose your way. The White Lady is perhaps one of the most famous ghostly figures in the Philippines. She is often depicted as a beautiful woman dressed in a flowing white gown with long black hair covering her face. The most well-known White Lady haunts Balete Drive in Quezon City, where she appears in the middle of the road, causing drivers to swerve or stop. According to legend, she was a woman who died tragically in a car accident, and her restless spirit continues to haunt the area, seeking justice or company. Similar stories of white-clad female ghosts exist across various towns and provinces in the Philippines, each with a tragic backstory of unrequited love or murder. She walks at night with gown so pale, her silent wail will turn you frail. The multo. Multo is the general Filipino term for a ghost or spirit of the deceased that lingers in the mortal world. These ghosts are believed to be souls who have unresolved issues, like seeking revenge or staying to protect loved ones. Multos often appear as shadowy figures, sometimes invisible, but their presence is marked by cold chills, flickering lights, or objects moving on their own. People say that the multo can be appeased through prayers or rituals performed by spiritual healers, but disturbing them often leads to misfortune. In rural areas of the Philippines, it is believed that a multo can be warded off by placing a broom upside down outside your door or hanging garlic to keep the spirit at bay. A shadow lurks when the sun's away. With cold, cold breath, it comes to stay. The Sigbin. The Sigbin is a nightmarish creature said to prowl the villages during the dead of night. Its appearance is often compared to a strange hybrid of a goat, dog, and kangaroo. The Sigbin is believed to suck the blood of its victims through their shadows, causing people to collapse without an apparent cause. It is said to walk backward, with its head lowered between its hind legs, and can become invisible to its prey. The Sigbin is sometimes kept by sorcerers as a familiar, helping them perform dark magic in exchange for offerings of blood. Some people believe that a person born during Holy Week, particularly on Good Friday, can control a Sigbin and use it as a companion or protector, though at great risk to their own soul. Backward it walks, in shadows it creeps, with blood it feeds, as darkness it reaps. The Santelmo. The Santelmo, or Santo Elmo's fire, is a glowing orb of light that appears at night, especially near rivers, forests, or burial grounds. These fiery spheres are believed to be the spirits of people who died in anger or those who suffered tragic deaths, wandering the earth in search of peace. Some say that the Santelmo lights the way to hidden treasures, while others believe it lures people into danger. The Santelmo's sudden appearance is often considered a bad omen, signaling that death or tragedy is near. The phenomenon of glowing orbs is not unique to the Philippines. Similar stories of ghostly lights exist around the world, such as the will-o'-the-wisp in European folklore. A glowing light on misty nights, it leads you on out of sight. The batibat is a massive tree-dwelling spirit that brings nightmares and sleep paralysis to those it haunts. It is often associated with ballet trees, where it is believed to reside. If a person sleeps near or under a batibat's tree, they risk being visited by this vengeful spirit. The batibat is known to sit on the chest of its sleeping victim, causing them to wake in terror but remain unable to move or scream. Some say the only way to escape the batibat's curse is to call out for help or to pray. Sleep paralysis, scientifically explained as a temporary inability to move while falling asleep or waking up, is often attributed to the batibat in Filipino culture, where the experience is said to be a form of spiritual attack. In sleep it comes, it pins you tight, a crushing weight through endless night. The tik-tik is an eerie, bird-like creature that gets its name from the unsettling tik-tik sound it makes as it searches for its prey. It is often described as an accomplice to the manananggal, helping it track down pregnant women by flying over villages at night. What makes the tik-tik even more terrifying is its ability to deceive its victims. The closer the sound, the farther the creature actually is, giving victims a false sense of security. According to folklore, if you hear the tik-tik, placing a sharp object like a bolo or knife by your window or doorway can protect you, as the creature fears anything that can harm it. With each tick-tick, your heart will race, but don't be fooled. It's not in place. The Nuno sa Punso is a tiny old man who lives in mounds of earth, often referred to as Punso. This creature is not inherently evil, but it is extremely vengeful if disturbed. People are warned not to sit or step on mounds of earth, as doing so could anger the Nuno. Those who anger the Nuno sa Punso may experience sudden illness, skin rashes, or mysterious aches and pains. To ask for the Nuno's forgiveness, locals often perform a ritual involving the offering of food or saying tabi-tabi po, when passing near its home. The Nuno is believed to be the protector of nature, and those who respect the environment are often spared from its wrath. In rural areas, people still avoid stepping on anthills or strange mounds, believing they might house a Nuno, a tiny man with a vengeful will. Tread lightly or he'll make you ill. From the shape-shifting aswang to the mysterious Santelmo, the creatures of Philippine folklore are deeply ingrained in the country's culture and history. Each monster has its own unique story, reflecting the fears and beliefs of the Filipino people. While these stories were once told to keep children safe or explain the unexplainable, they remain powerful symbols that continue to capture the imagination, especially during the spooky season of Halloween. So as the nights grow longer and shadows grow deeper, keep these terrifying creatures in mind, because you never know when they might be lurking just around the corner.